Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So let's continue with this one. I have two more section here. The first one is on the frameworks, how to implement the deep learning. The second one is on the cognitive computing. Okay, but the cognitive computing mostly it will be demonstration, so you can see what you call how we can use the AI to solve, even playing with some TV quiz and something. Okay, so now, but let's focus on this one, the first one, the computer frameworks for deep learning. Okay, so we have so many framework. Okay, so for example, the Torch here. Okay, if you go to this one, okay, you can see what you call the implementation. If for Python, you have PyTorch and something. So basically, this is to implement the structure of deep learning that we want. Okay, Cafe also, and we have the Cafe version 2. Okay, Facebook. And most popular one is TensorFlow, wrapped with the Keras. Okay, this is the API to connect with the TensorFlow and so on. But more advanced, what you call the more advanced structures, you need to go directly into the TensorFlow. Okay. Then we have Theano, but this one already what you call obsolete now. It replaced by this one, Ayesara, I think. Yeah, Ayesara here. Okay, so let's see one by one. So Torch, yeah, this is implement the machine learning using the GPUs. Okay, so most of the time we are using the GPU, and most of the time the one that has more support is NVIDIA. Okay, NVIDIA, because NVIDIA have invest in the software, the CUDA. Okay, different from AMD or even Intel. Okay, so they are invest in here, and CUDA will be what you call the most popular one, okay, to be used for machine learning. Okay, because the library is already there, so we just use the library. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so this is the Torch. Okay, the first one is Torch. They are using Lua language. Okay, I'm not sure what is that. Okay, but you can try the Lua language. Okay, and also Torch has been used by Facebook, Google, IBM, and other companies. And the second one is Cafe, created 2013, and then later on, what you call continued by the Berkeley AI Research. Okay, so the Cafe has multiple options using the high-level scripting language or dynamic language, for example, Python and MATLAB interface. Okay, but you can see here the deep learning libraries in Cafe are written in the C++. So normally they are write in C, C++, C++ to have the speed. Okay, and then from here they have the API. Okay, and then you can use Python and MATLAB, for example, or R. Okay. So in Cafe, everything is done using the text file, okay, instead of code. So we have something called proto-text, okay, proto-text, JSON format. So basically, what you have here is architecture, okay, and the weight value, the parameters value, okay, the parameters values, okay. So the architecture, whether you have 2 layer, 1 layer, okay, and after that you have the weight here, okay, the weight parameters, the bias parameter, for example, or the CNN parameters, okay, the filter parameters, okay. So so it will be saved in the text file, okay. So you have two files here, one for architecture, one for the parameters or the solver, okay. So architecture and the solver, okay. And then yeah, so it's support. It's not well known for the I think for CNN, because you can see here that it can process 16 million image per day. Okay, 1 millisecond per image using this NVIDIA K440 GPU. Okay, so you can search later on what are the architecture of this one. Okay, at that time even they can process 16 million image per day. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so 2017 you have a Cafe 12. Cafe 2, sorry. Okay, so another popular open source is TensorFlow. Okay, so that's why it's popular in Python, because it was developed in Python and C++ by Google. Okay, so that's why also when you go to Google Colab, by default you have the Python installation, and you can also use the TensorFlow TensorFlow library directly. Okay. And then from there also you can run. Okay, if you use the research, then if your computer is not strong enough, then you can use Google Colab to and it is connected to your Google Drive, so you can upload your data file and so on into the Google Drive. So there is some specific directory, okay, Google Colab directory in Google Drive. So you can upload there, so they can be read by the Google Colab. So you can run your experiment there. So I'm trying to find out, okay, how some examples so that you can use anywhere, okay, on Google Colab, okay. But after, maybe I need some time to prepare that one, okay. Then we have tens of processing units, okay, and it is good actually for inferencing. Okay, so you have two processes. You have training, okay, and then you have testing. Okay, testing normally the GPU is Excel, okay, in do the training, okay, but the inferencing there's something else. Okay, maybe you can use the integer, okay, but still it has some good accuracy, okay. So the TPU card. So I have one TPU, a USB accelerator. Okay, so you can connect here. So you just search here TPU, and then they can connect it to an NVMe, the one that you put SSD, can connect to PCI, can connect to USB, and this USB, for example, can be connected to Raspberry Pi. Okay. So we can use the for inferencing, okay, to be faster in inferencing. Okay, so so the detailed study performed by Google shows that the TPU delivers 30 to 80 times higher performance per watt than contemporary CPU and GPU. So there has been used in Google Cloud. Okay, so the TPU has been used in Google Cloud. Okay, so whenever you say okay Google in your Android phone, it will go to the cloud. Okay, so when you say something, okay, it will go to the cloud. Okay, so you need to have the internet, go to the cloud, and then from there it return back the result. Okay, so what's the weather today? Then it will return the weather, for example. Okay, and also there's some visualization TensorBoard. Okay, which you can see the inside of the TensorFlow. Okay, another one is Keras. Keras is the API. Okay, API, and then so it's able to run on various deep learning frameworks, Theano and TensorFlow, for example. But remember that Theano has already obsolete, changed to I forgot the name. Okay, Theano has been changed. The Keras just getting the key properties of the network, so it will be simple. Okay, so you just use the library Keras, okay, and then you can build your neural networks starting from layer plus layer, okay, layer and layer. The output of this one become the input of this one. The output of this layer become the input of this one. Okay, so you can create layers. Okay, you can try many things. You can also do parallel. Okay, instead of serials, okay, like Inception, you can do parallel. One go this one go another structure, and then combine again plus here, and then after that you go to another layers, and then you can train. Okay. So if you requires advanced setting, then one still need to use this framework instead of Keras. So that's the only drawbacks. Okay. Right. So that will be the framework. So you can try. Okay. So you can try from the easiest one. So you can try, for example, Google Colab, and then see the Keras. Okay, use the Keras, install the Keras in Google Colab, okay, and see what happens. Okay, so maybe some architecture is easier to code. I mean to write down the code. Okay, compared to another framework, but still it behave similarly. Okay, the same thing. Okay, some has used put some more parameters so that you can change anything there. Okay, some has the more generic one so that you can readily use. Okay, so the difficulty will be hidden. Okay, so it will be simpler to use. Okay. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. The last one will be on cognitive computing. Okay, so what is the cognitive computing? So the interaction between humans and technology will become intuitive, seamless, and perhaps transparent. It's similar like AI, okay, but it also propelled by the IBM Watson at that time, okay. in 2011 they have beat the television show on Jeopardy. Okay, we just see later on. Okay, how it can beat the other participants. Okay, yeah. So yeah, so we have here the New Things Cognitive Computing Consortium 2018. Okay, so it address highly complex situations, respond to the fluid nature of users. The user may say differently, but it means the same thing. For example, okay, so you need to have the different what you call interpretation, okay, of the user's input. Okay. So yeah, so to achieve such a high level performance, cognitive system often need to weigh conflicting evidence and suggest an answer that is best rather than right. Okay, so what is the best? So normally, what do the cognitive computing? They have many classifier, for example, and then from here they have multiple angle. Okay, multiple angle. Then they weight, and which one is, for example, like on our previous what you call examples, we can use text, the factory report, we can use CNN, we can use LSTM. Okay, and then from here, let's get the output. Okay, so if this is software failure and this is, for example, mechanical failure. Okay, so we can see on the software layer how much confidence is this. Okay, so then we take the most confidence one. So in that case, it will be better. Okay, so you have here yeah, another one, for example, then you can have the majority voting for this one. Okay. Yeah, so this is the cognitive computing. So you not only have the structured data, but you have also unstructured data from social media, multimedia, IoT, some literatures, and so on. And to solve the complex problem can be health, economic, humanitarian, socials, and other things. And then we put some AI algorithms there. Okay, and the outcome will be many things: save life, improve economy, better securities. If you have, for example, using the using the intrusion detection system, for example, and it can better detect the security. Okay, higher revenues because you put efficient work there, reduce risk, and improve living. Okay, so you just say, for example, improve living. If you have smart home, then you can say when I'm home, then it will turn on the AC automatically and so on. Okay. Okay, so there are 4 key attributes of cognitive computing. The first one, it must be adaptive. Okay, because there's some dynamic. Okay, in the input, sometimes user say the same thing differently. Okay, or say different thing with similar wording. Okay, so we need to identify that one. Okay, and interactive. So the HCI is critical component. So you want to have a smooth or as natural as possible. So when you talk, for example, to Google, okay, Google, what's the weather today? Okay. Or you say also, okay, Google, do I need to bring umbrella today? Okay. So this one do the same thing. The what you call the asking for the weather. Okay. And then also you can say, Google, okay, Google, do I have appointment today? Okay, and how long to go to my office, for example. So using and it will be interactive. Okay, and iterative and stateful. So if you have wrong calculation like our case earlier on, so we misclassify into leak, the software failure into leak. So we train again. Okay, we train again, and then so that it will be better. Okay, and contextual. Okay, and this is important because like human, understanding context is critical in thought process. So cognitive system must understand, identify, and mine contextual data such as syntax, time, location, domain, requirement, and specific user profile, task, or goal. So the same word may means differently for different people in different place in different time. Okay, so that's the contextual. Okay. So how it is different from the AI? So basically, this is the same thing. Okay, because the cognitive computing, you can say, is subset of AI. So this is the technology used to add more text mining, sentiment analysis. But of course, this is for 2018, but this is earlier. Okay, so that's why sometimes they put also text mining in here, sentiment analysis also in here. Okay, but the capabilities offer is different. This is simulate human thought, so thought process, okay, to assist human in finding solution to complex problems. But the AI normally only find the hidden patterns in a variety of data source. So like our factory reports just now, okay, we identify, although you say different thing, or this is I can classify as mechanical failure, for example. Okay, I can classify as mechanical failures. Okay, the purpose here is to augment human capability. This automate complex process. Okay, so industry you have here customer service, marketing, healthcare, entertainment, service sectors. This is manufacturing, smallly finance, healthcare, and also so there are two things here: healthcare. It's also healthcare. Okay, so there's too many intersection between the cognitive computing and AI. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so you can see that's why the radar marginals. Okay, then yeah, so let's see on the typical use of cognitive computing, development of smart and adaptive search engines. Okay, and also you can put, for example, IBM has put specifically for one company, for example, one factory. Okay, because the same word for factory A may be different meaning for factory B. So you need to have the context there. Okay. Effective use of natural language processing. So this one I've demonstrated earlier. So you can use like how is the weather today, or do I need to bring umbrella today? So it means the same thing. So you need to interact as naturally as possible. Of course, you have speech recognition, language translation, context-based sentiment analysis, face recognition and facial emotion detections, okay, risk assessment, mitigation, fraud detection, like in the bank, okay, behavioral assessment recommendation. Okay. Okay, so the cognitive analytic is we are using the cognitive computings, okay, for processing and analyze large unstructured data set. Okay, so for example, you have the word processing documents, emails, videos, image, audio file, presentation, and so on. Okay, and then normally we need to manually tag. Okay, so this is what? This is positive, this is negative, this is neutral, for example. Okay, this wording is positive, negative, or neutral. Okay, so you need to tag it manually, like in the category. Okay, I put the report and have the description, and then category, I need to put it manually. Okay, but how can we use this for using the automatic? Okay, so for using the cognitive analytics, the data set do not need to be pre-tagged. So this is more like clustering. So you can cluster. Okay, you can cluster. Okay, and then you can put the classification then after that. Okay, for example, if clustering one means electronic failure, clustering two means mechanical failure, and so on. Okay. Okay, another one is cognitive search. Okay, create searchable information out of non-searchable contents by leveraging cognitive computing algorithm to create indexing platform. Okay, so it can handle a variety of data types. Okay, even Google can also search for the image. Okay, for the text and so on. Okay, the important part also can contextualize the search space. Okay, employ advanced techniques. Okay, and also enable developer to build enterprise-specific search application. So this is what I mean. Okay, so you can build for enterprise because if you have different sector, healthcare and for example manufacturing, they might have different need. They might have, although you have the same wording, maybe they have different interpretation. Okay. Okay, so now let's see the example of IBM Watson. Okay, analytic at its best. So perhaps the smartest computer system to build today. So this put in the books as the example, because at the 1997, for example, the Deep Blue beat the world chess. I think Garry Kasparov, if I'm not mistaken, using a 6-game match series, 2 wins for Deep Blue, 1 for the champions, and 3 draws. Okay, I'm not sure maybe 1997 whether you have won or not. Okay, so and then but the what you call the chess fund have some rule base. Okay, so if you for example what you call the knight can do this way, can do that way, for example, but it cannot jump like horse, like L. Okay, for example. Okay, So it has some rule base. Okay, so you can train it one. But how can we handle this one? Use the computer to discover new drugs, to do broad financial modeling need, to identify trend and risk analysis, handle large database search, performance calculation, and so on. Okay, so then after that, IBM researcher came up with another idea that was perhaps more challenging. A machine that could only play the American TV quiz show. I'll show it to you later on the demonstration, but beat the best of the best. Okay, this is difficult. So for example, in Indonesia we have family 100. Okay, or I'm not sure the latest one. Okay, so similar like that, the quiz show. Okay, and then compared to chess, only the Jeopardy is much more challenging. Chess is well structured. Jeopardy is neither simple nor structured. Okay, it's not simple and not structured. So this is designed to test human intelligence and creativity. Okay. So what we have here, yeah. So in 2010, developed what's on, and also part of the Deep QA projects, and name it after IBM first presidents. Okay. Yeah. So we have the application later on also. Okay. Okay, so let's see the next one. Yeah, so Deep QA is massively parallel. So you need to calculate various opinions, okay, various possible output, and weight this one. I can select which one is the best. Okay, so for Jeopardy challenge, Watson used more than 100 different techniques for analyzing natural language, identifying source, finding generating hypothesis, finding scoring evidence, and merging and ranking hypothesis. So from here, from the hypothesis or possible outcome, which one has the best one? Okay. Okay. So yeah. So the DQA is massive parallelism. Many experts. So you have many experts here. Okay, and then weight on this one, and then progressive confidence estimation. After that, also you calculate the confidence. Okay, and then integration of shallow and deep knowledge. Okay, so maybe we have thought that the deep learning may be better, but sometimes maybe shallow also can perform better or can create another view of the problem. Okay. Okay, so this is the high-level depiction of Watson Deep QA architecture. So you have question in natural language, and question translation to digitals, and then analysis. Okay, and remember that this process maximum 6 seconds. Okay, so on average will be 3 seconds. Okay, so in the Jeopardy quizzes, so the maximum, of course, you press the bell. Okay, so I want to answer, for example, you press the bell. Okay, I don't want to answer, then 6 seconds, then it will lapse. Okay, so yeah, so from analysis, decomposition, you have primary search, candidate generation, you go to hypothesis, filtering, evidence scoring. Okay, and then you have the evidence source, and synthesis, merging and ranking, and then answer. Okay, so at that time, the Watson had access to 200 million pages of structured and unstructured content, consuming 4 terabytes of the storage. But during the game, it's not connected to the internet, so it cannot do Google search. Okay, so basically mainly on the database. Okay, so yeah. So let's see maybe the demo, okay, of Jeopardy challenge. Okay, where is my, yeah, this one. Okay, I hope you can see here. So this is the Jeopardy challenge. Okay.
We start with single Jeopardy round. Everybody's locked in, loaded.
Okay, something like this.
That you will play for this round. Starting off with scene of the crime. Tennis vocabulary, anyone? Laundry detergent, always in fashion. Presidential rhyme time.
Okay, just
same category.
Here we go. George W.'s rumps.
So this is Watson.
Watson?
What is Bush's tushes?
Bushes, tushes. George W. Bush, Bush's tushes. Yeah. That's how we're going to do this, Miles.
Okay, I get it now. I get it. Thank you, Watson.
Go ahead, Watson.
600, same category.
Yep. Zachary's padded envelopes. Watson.
What is Taylor's mailers?
Zachary Taylor's mailers. That's exactly right. 12th President Zachary Taylor. Go ahead, Watson.
Same category, 800.
800. You're doing well so far. Herbert's strategic military exercises. Watson.
What is Victor's electors?
No. Miles?
What are Hoover's maneuvers?
That is correct. You're on the board.
Okay,
with
so
$800.
then you can see
Good
it's
job.
only 21 minutes. Okay, later on
Finish off
I'll
the
put
cap.
the link. Okay, so this is the last one. Okay,
Dedication ceremony.
the last part
This
here.
national monument. That may help you, that may not. Miles, we start
See
with you.
this
You
one
had
at the end,
$3,200 at the end of our double
Watson
Jeopardy
got
round. We start
30,000.
with you. Let's see what you wrote down as your
40,000.
response.
You can beat the humans.
What is
Okay.
the 9/11 memorial? That is incorrect. How much is that going to cost you? $3,200.
Zero.
Whole kit higher construction of that monument, which is kind of fascinating considering what it looks like now.
Okay, so even if I play them, I might
And you
be
bet
successful. Okay, this
$14,400.
difficult.
You bet
Okay.
the whole thing, so you doubled your score. Nicely done.
I'll give the link later on. Okay. So, but you can see here, the Watson managed to perform at human expert levels. Even another participant learned from Watson. Okay. In terms of precision, soft confidence, and speed on Jeopardy's quiz show. So the message is clear. Okay. Previously we have the chess game. Now, if a smart machine can beat the best of the best in humans at what they are at the best at, think about what it can do for organizational problems. Okay. Some of Western other experiment tools are including tone analyzers and personality insight, but I think this one's already obsolete, and we can try this one. Okay, tone analyzer. So it has been used for predicting. So the quiz was 2011, and on 2017, the Watson predict who will win. Okay, who will win using the previous history. Okay. So the Watson used tone analyzers, okay, and then where is it? Not that one. Yeah, so using nothing but the lyrics only, the lyrics of the previous year's competitions, it was discover of pattern that suggested most winners had high level of agreeableness and conscientiousness. Okay, I'm not sure what does it mean. Okay, but when from the text, from the lyrics, then you can classify. Okay, only from the text then you can classify. Okay, we can try this one. Okay, then click analyze, then see what happens. Okay, and the result produced between the contest indicated that Portugal would win the contest. Okay, and that is what exactly happened. So let's see. Yeah, I think where is it? Yeah, this one. No, not this one. Yeah, this one. Okay, so you can see, for example, this is the tone analyzer. Tone analyzer. So I put here my own text. Okay, I'm happy this morning. Okay, for example. Okay, it's only for English and French. Okay, analyze. Okay, do analysis. Joy. Okay, just put not happy. For example, okay, analyze. Oh, still joy. I'm not sure what happened. Okay, so I'm not happy this morning. So still joy. Said. Okay. Let's see this one. Okay, so then see this is from the Amazon. Okay, confidence you say. Okay, so sometimes still not there yet. Okay, so let's see here. Just maybe smaller version, just one line here. Okay, I put here great clock. So maybe what? So I'm not sure it's sadness. Oh, this one. Correction, this is a horrible clock. It doesn't even do its most simplistic purpose. Okay, so you can see, you can identify, okay, you can identify the tone. Okay. Right, okay, so move on. So then what we can do for many things. We can apply this one for many things. Okay. So yeah, so we can use for healthcare and medicines. Okay, so because according to health expert, only 20% of the knowledge that physicians use to diagnose and treat patient is evidence-based. So if you have more evidence, okay, with the help of the computer, for example, then it will be better. Okay, because here you can see Watson can suggest potential diagnostic and treatment options. Okay. And security also, so we can have smart system that capable of constantly monitoring for abnormal behavior. So in here will be the abnormal detection. Okay, when it's identify, preventing people from accessing our life and harming us, lock the system and so on. Okay, finance as well. We have the can help in the finance okay, smarter client engagements, okay, infuse intelligence into the business process, and many other things. Okay, retail as well. So how to efficiently and effectively analyzing the growing mountain of real-time insight that could give them a competitive advantage. Okay, so in this word, what you call in this competitive word, so you need to have excel in some part. Okay, so that there's your product still can be sold. Okay. Okay, so you can have for retails. Okay, for education also, you can have the tutoring system, for example, that that available 24/7. Okay, that can dynamically adjust the curriculum. Okay, and what you call discuss and so on, and provide some question for provide some additional materials and so on. Okay, and for government as well, yeah, so they can be analyzed the enormous volumes of unstructured, unverified data that could serve the citizen better. Okay, and of course for research, we have learned also the AI has been used, for example, on Grammarly. Okay, so you can fix the grammar. Okay, in the Microsoft Word also you have the spelling checker, also based on AI. And also another one is, for example, you can write the code completion. You can write the code and then it can, based on the training, it can complete the code even before you are writing the complete code. Okay, so if you are, for example, struggling to learn new programming language like Rust, for example, or Julia programming language, then or Python, even Python, for example, then based on the training, you can complete the data even before you write the whole program. Okay, so you can use for research. You can have for the research. Okay, so you can see the many potential that we can have from the use of cognitive computing. Okay, this is the few question, and yeah, I think that's it. Thank you very much. Any question?